The gun was loaded. The gun did not jam. Come on, baby. Let's go. Superman just came out. Let's get into my thoughts. All right, so before I get into any review, I always like to give my initial biases and thought processes and my mindset going into a movie so you kind of know where I'm at and you can take my review either with a grain of salt or you can kind of put yourself in my headspace and be like, okay, I'm similar. Maybe I'll have similar thoughts, whatever. But I always like to give my biases ahead of time because I think that that's important to know someone's biases before they review something. But going into Superman, I was very excited. I was very, very excited. The first trailer, I thought, man, this is going to be great. I love James Gunn. I mean, I don't think he's really missed, right? Like the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker and all the Guardians movies, they are phenomenal. Not really a huge fan of Creature Commandos, but I mean, whatever. For the most part, live action, James Gunn does not miss. He's just one of the greatest comic book movie directors of all time. And so him going about handling the superhero, like the OG Superman, the superhero, the epitome of all superheroes, I was very excited about. And I had pretty high expectations, pretty high hopes. And so I went into the movie really, really hype, especially after a lot of the initial reviews were positive. Either critics or, honestly, my friends were saying it's great too. So I was pretty pumped. All right, what did I like about Superman? What were some of the positives? Right off the bat, my favorite thing about this movie and something that really just grabs my heart for this movie is that they got Superman right. They nailed the character of Superman so well. Like, James Gunn did a phenomenal job writing him, and David Cornsweet did a phenomenal top-tier job at performing Superman. He played Superman so well. And the reason that I think this is because they just made Superman a good guy. A good guy that wants to do the right thing. And although that's simple, it's very compelling. And really, really captured my heart with this movie. And like some of my favorite moments are just the little moments where Superman is he's just doing the right thing because he wants to do the right thing. Like he there's a moment where he saves a squirrel, or he's always fighting to protect life, or he like, this is silly, but he doesn't cuss. Like, he says kind of like cheesy phrases when he's wanted to use an expletive, and to me it just really captures this like wholesome guy that just wants to do the right thing. And in a world of comic book movies where everyone's got to have a tragic backstory or a reason behind their motivation, which I'm not saying is wrong, and we got to muddy the characters a little bit, this movie does such a great job of Superman is a good guy and he wants to do the right thing in a world where there's a lot of bad stuff happening, in a world where there's a lot of complications to just being a good guy. And I think it's just such a beautiful idea, and they executed it so well. That is by far the best part of the movie. I also think that this world that James Gunn built with Metropolis was super great, super compelling. I loved almost all of the additional characters here. Lex Luthor, phenomenal. D1 hater Nicholas Hoult just does a great job. I just think he is super intriguing, and he's not campy and over the top. It just fits right. I think that Lois Lane is phenomenal. Rachel Brosnahan does an amazing job. It doesn't feel this like forced, like, oh, we're trying to turn the romantic interest into this like super strong, independent woman that we're going to shove down your throat, blah, 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 blah. And like, no problem with like strong, independent women, but like, to me, it's lazy writing when you just like force that instead of just show us. And to me, they show us that Lois is a strong character. She is doing her own thing. She doesn't just feel like the damsel in distress, and she's also very compelling and very interesting. And I just really like that. It didn't feel corny by any means. And I really like Crypto. I like that he wasn't like this super obedient, well-behaved dog. I don't know why. It was just pretty interesting and fun to see the like super nice, like, hey, I'm the good guy, Superman, try to wrangle in and get his crazy over-the-top dog to listen. I just thought that was a fun dynamic. But yeah, again, I can't emphasize enough the heart of the character of Superman. Good guy, wanting to do the right thing. There were some beautiful moments that almost made me cry, like in the movie with that were just so powerful, so good. Just absolutely loved that aspect of the movie. I also can't forget to mention Ma and Pa Kent such great additions to the movie. They are played so well, and honestly, such great hearts for the movie and the character of Clark. Just really, really great. All right, where does the movie falter? Where would I like to see some improvement, some gripes, some nitpicks, things like that? Number one, I don't know what it is, but just the story I wasn't that invested in the overarching story of this movie. It felt a little cluttered and like almost like, oh, we're here. Oh, we're here. Oh, this is happening. This is happening. Oh, it's like, oh, it just seemed like a little disjointed and a little cluttered. And I like my favorite stuff about the movie was just little moments, little character moments. And that's what really made it shine. Like, the overarching story, the main plot is happening, and I just want to see Superman and Lois talking. I just want to see more Mom and Pa Kent content. I thought they were super compelling, and we didn't get to see as much of them as I thought we should have, right? Like, the little moments were the best part of the movie, and the overarching story, like, we have to do this so we can get to this, so we can get to this ending, felt like extra, like felt unnecessary, felt like homework, felt like, okay, well, we got to get through this so we can get to another like heart moment. I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of the overarching story. I felt like the humor, like there's a few jokes that worked, but for the most part just didn't land. Like Guy Gardner is hilarious and he is great, but like I don't know, James Gunn usually is super good with humor and it really works, but this movie just wasn't that funny when it was trying to be. I don't know. The jokes just did not land for me that much. And I just felt like the action was pretty generic. Didn't think that there was any standout action. Nothing really overall creative or like, whoa, memorable action. It was just pretty generic superhero action. But those are all kind of nitpicks. Like, yeah, I think they're negative. Yeah, I wish they would have been done differently. But I don't think they take away from my overall enjoyment of the movie. Like, I still walked out of the theater being like, man, I like this movie. And I would see it again, and I'd recommend it to friends. It was still a really enjoyable, great movie. So, with all that being said, after sitting on it for a little bit, I'm going to give Superman a 4 out of 5 stars. Again, great movie. Captures the heart of the character of Superman, and when they do that, it really just grips me, and those moments are what are sticking in my mind, what I can't seem to forget, and what make me really, really enjoy and love this movie, despite some of the story issues and things like that. Great movie. Really recommend it. Super excited to see what James Gunn and the rest of the DCU got cooking up next. All right, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I'd love to hear it all. And also, if you got any prayer requests, just drop it in the comments. I'd love to partner with you in prayer and believe with you for things that you are believing for in your life. As always, deuces, homies.